Good evening, folks. It's 2041 on the 24th day, 4th month, 2022. And I've been seeing this Rainmaking Control Act circulating around the internet a good bit. So I thought I would take a moment and go over something with it. And first thing you need to know about this is this was amended in 2013, right? Statute Law Revision 2013. So if you're going to go over this, you have to have your latest information, and this is the most I can provide for you now. Looks like they used the time after your fires from that terrible season you had a few years earlier than this to change the rules about making it rain. Right? I'm going to look and see if this is streaming, and I'm going to come back over. Yep, it's streaming. Now, I can't read your comments, so if you're shouting at me there, well, that's exercise in futility. Now, here's what I'm looking at. You'll find this on my wall, but you'll also find it now in the comments. Okay? There you go. Now, this is the amended. Come down here and you click where it says Files here, and you'll come up with this screen here. I've already loaded it to prevent a little bloops from happening. So here we have the amended act, and I'll pop it up big there for you. Geoengineering is real. Geoengineering is cloud creation, right? Cloud seeding is using an existing cloud, all right? And here you'll have the definitions of this given, and I'm not going to read all this, right? By the Queen's most excellent majesty. With a flick of the lizard's tongue, here comes the wording. Right. Rainmaking operation means seeding or nucleating clouds by artificial means from manned aircraft. All right, there you go. Manned aircraft. And this is from 2013. I'd love to find a more up-to-date of this. And if I do, I'm going to go out and I'll read it again. All right. Chemtrails ain't real. Excuse me. Difference between seeding is different, okay? I just got to tell you that. Prescribed regulations made by this act. This is their prescription. Right? Oh my God, these people. So we're going to go through this. Authority to carry out rainmaking whenever it appears that the minister to be desirable in the public interest. Does this mean like a sunny day for his rugby match? I don't know. To modify natural cloud processes in any part of Victoria. And this act has also been adopted in the other states. Okay? You'll just see this word changed. For improving primary production either generally or locally, or whether with respect to one or more of the primary products. Improving water storages. There you go, Nestle. Have it. When you guys was running out of water over there in the Stanford area about 2 years ago, during the fire season, how come that wasn't used then? Right, this act was in place then in 2013. It was chosen not to be used for reducing fire danger in a forested area. Was it used for that? No. Okay, but legally they could have. Right, I'm just reading through this. Or for any other sufficient purpose. What the hell is that word? Sufficient for what? Rainmaking operations. Operation. Remove funny bone. Boy, this does not amuse me at all reading this. Alright, where are they authorized? And where is this list of this authority of operations where we get our accountability? Their due diligence. Cleanliness of tanks and things like this we need to know. This is just it. It's signed by the minister, addressed in bodies, and shall be subject to conditions and limitations as prescribed. May at any time be revoked in writing. Now, this is if you have a weather operation, and there's some fines involved in this too. For carrying out rainmaking operations, you shall be made in writing, signed by the minister. If anybody does not have this, they're in trouble. Shall be subject to conditions, limitations, and restrictions as are prescribed, or the minister thinks fit to imposed with respect to carrying out the rainmaking operations and may at any time by the minister be revoked or varied by notice, etc., etc., etc. Boy, this is a very Willy Wonka contract, isn't it? But you can read that, okay, can't you? Good. Because the taste of bullshit. Now, it looks here they've used some other acts so we'll have to look into these. The Water Act of 89, Forest and Lands Act of 87, Local Government Act of 89, to get what they want. Right? And here's all this amended and et ceteras over here on the side of your screen. My goodness. Duration of authority. Unless sooner revoked, an authority under this section shall remain in force until the rainmaking operations authorized by the authority have been carried out. I want to see this list of what's authorized and what is not. But they shall not revoke or vary any other authority or issued by any other minister without consulting that other minister. So Vic could say, yeah, I'm going to do this, and it's F you to Queensland whether they like it or not. Basically is what that says to me. But this is all legalese, and even the person any might not mean what we think. And the word person definitely doesn't mean. You ready for the penalties? Right. Anybody using a device to modify the weather without any said permission may have a $1,000 fine or imprisonment for up to 12 months. So if we can prove that this is going on here without permission, right? All this chem bombs going off from aircraft or something that's flying around, then I do believe that we might have recourse to some legalities here. Or maybe they'll charge us with that when we use a harmonizer or a aether cannon to disturb the clouds. And maybe they'll try to get us with that. Who knows? We got the same plausible deniability they do. Well, what do you mean that's doing that? Pfft, get out of here. You're out of your mind. Where's your tinfoil hat? Right? I'll just spew out the usuals. Certificate to be evidence. This is the curious one. Now maybe stuff like this is in the ski resorts and stuff when they're making it snow. I try to get my head around this one. A certificate in writing purporting and to be signed by the minister at any specified rainmaking operations were and were not authorized under this act to be carried out. Conclusive evidence that operations were or were not authorized. So where is this evidence? Where is this program that everybody tells me isn't real that is litigated right here by the Australian government? Australian government, hear our voice. Where there's risk, there must be choice. Well, they dang sure made sure you got a fine every day upon which the operation. So they could just say, okay, F you, I'll do what I want, and I just have to pay you $1,000 a day to carry out and do whatever I want. Because, if you got that money for that fine, you could do it. I'll give you an example. In a seaside town, there was a punishment if you put your tables out by the seaside, and if you were a cafe. So they just paid the fine because they knew they'd make more money in business that day than the fine cost. Very well, liable under Section 9. And that was Section 9 here, carried out by unauthorized. Who is the authorized? I want them held accountable, and I want some of you Australians to now dive deep into this. Now go get your Freedom of Information Act and get me the signatures of the politicians, and I want to see the rainmaking schedule. It's only fair. You see, this is very real, right? There's only 11 pages to go over. Amended in 1998, amended in 1999. This act that you purport from 1967 has been amended. So we will read these amendments. I'll just let that go by you to see if you find anything interesting there. Reports are in writing. Where are these reports? Within 48 hours after the completion of operations. So that's like, do it and then give me the result. Boy, doesn't that sound like a vaccine. Whew. Where's their immunity from prosecution? That's what I'm looking for here now. Where the operations extend more than 14 days? But not later than Wednesday in each week, with respect to the operation conducted during that. So these reports have to be in on Wednesdays. Says it. That's Odin's day. Oh my. Would you look at the guilt on that? Where are these reports? I would like to see them. So we got homework to do. Alright, this is facts. I'm gonna fact check this shit to hell. You know I will. Now, you ready for this? Nothing in this act shall be construed as depriving a person of any right of action that he might have apart from this act in respect of or arising out of rainmaking operation that is not authorized by this act. So, if we could prove these floods are man-made and they were not authorized, you guys got legal recourse right here under Section 14, Part 2 of the amended Rainmaking Act here. Rainmaking Control Act. Right? I've just found you another legal out. I'm not a lawyer, but I have the same degree as Bill Gates, so I imagine I can read this just like he would. Except I'm going to be honest. The governor and council may make regulations regarding controlling rainmaking operations and activity, and in particular, without in any way limiting the generality of the foregoing. With respect to, I use the word respect. With disrespect to prescribing forms and purposes of the acts, limitations, that are subject to penalties of not more than $100 for contra failure to comply with any limitation or restriction to this authority. You're going to respect our authority. Meanwhile, they're zipping Junior's fly on the side of the road. Oh, let's go, Brandon. I can't believe I just said that. Prescribing penalties not exceed. So this is just making sure they get theirs. Right? General information about this act. You can see it right here. Oh, under the Government Gazette on the 1st of May, 1968, page 1708, in case you really feel like diving into this. And the Control Act was assented to on the 19th of December, 1967. And it came into operation on the 1st of May. Mayday, Mayday for your entire country on that day. Really was a Mayday. And now let's see if we can find any evidence of geoengineering going on. Cloud creation. Wow, that ain't cloud creation up here in the Carpinteria area. Nothing is. How many directions of the flow you got going here? I'll go down, you go up, we'll meet in the middle, and I'm going to go this way and this way at the same time. Boom, 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 go to plumes over the Australian oceans today. Here off the Great Barrier Reef. Boom, boom, boom. I don't think the whales are enjoying this very much at all. Not too good for them. Big plume going off over the center here. And now to the object of the preposition where the copping it's about to happen. This is going to cop it. There's an area over here that's going to get, I think it was over 10 centimeters of rain's going to fall. Hey, look. Yeah, I'm watching. Yeah, I see the guilt. But when I go on to the weather plan here, that's which I call it, right? We need to see the plan. If you look over this middle, and I called this out well over a week ago, right? When your other supposed meteorologists are too chicken shit to tell you the truth, I will. When I went down here, right, I go in the next 12 hours, I put it on a spot that ain't got no rain, really, right? But that ain't got much of nothing, right? You know, 8 mils is just shy of a centimeter in 12 hours. And that's not a little bit of rain, you know. And then we're up to 44. In over 3 days, they copped it. Just that one spot. And as I move that around, the 3-day accumulation is going to be rather high. And I like to look at this gap here. Some ones where I don't see anything. And then I get it all at once. Because that's where the greatest damage occurs. Because they've already got the creeks risen up over here. Man, this ain't good. Who's in this town here? Get out. No, really. If you're in Winton, get the fuck out. Yeah, please. Get on higher ground. That's not good at all. Please, do you anybody know anybody over there? Because this is bad. See, Cairns is really continually getting it. Townsville continually. This area is absolutely copping it. And I'm telling you, that's a lot of moisture out to sea that could come ashore at any time. I don't agree that that's staying there. Because when this flow changes, that's coming in. So I'm watching this very, very closely. So don't be alarmed. But just know it, man. You guys they planned your copping it. Right? 3 days, 24 hours, not much. So you do have a chance. But you're soaked. Absolutely drenched. So know it. And I'm not agreeing with their weather, the totals here. I think it's going to be much higher along this coast and higher along this gap in here. And I think that's going to go further down toward Roma. Just because of the EMF I've seen. And we shall see. Isn't that funny how that's in a square, even on their map? Well, what's in 5 days down here? Not too bad. You guys dodging a bullet here. You got some rain for the wine region. But everybody's whining about something. I'm whining about geoengineering right now. Cloud creation. Weather creation. And I showed you the Rainmaking Act. And I showed you that it's legalized. Okay? Don't anybody tell me it ain't real. I go bullshit. Yeah, I'm seeing evidence of it being real right here. I see evidence over going out streaming over Sydney and such down here. Look at this shit. Chem bombs, electromagnetic frequency, frying the hell out of you. You guys worry about a 5G tower, and I'd be worried about these big blasts you guys are getting all day long for years and years. And years. Bzzz. Getting fried. Down on the load deck. See what your radar poop is showing. See what's going on here. The long reach. Oh, they're blasting. Look at this. Bzzz. That causes a convection that'll do this out and around on both ends of that beam. See how far out. Is it going to show it from back here? Yep. That's not good. That's going to convect that. So that'll get that spinning really good. Not good. Not good at all. Let's see what else we got going on. I've seen some activity this way. Beaming. Bzzz. I wondered where that outflow boundary was coming from. This one up here. There's a boundary up here. And that's being created by that beam there. That's evidence of geoengineering. Right? I'm watching. I'm telling you, you guys are getting a man-made weather event again, and they're storming the piss out of you. They're stealing your childhood. They're stealing your dreams. You dream of owning a home. You dream of living where you wanted to, how you wanted to, with fairness and love for your planet being taken from you. Now, this one's going to be an important one. This one here has to beam this direction when the moisture gets here to pin it this way. It hasn't begun yet. I'm watching. Telling you, I have lots of ways I watch these storms. No, it's holding it back. See how that storm is not coming through? It's just sitting there. And the timestamp on that is, well, it's only an hour. That's just moving really slow. That's rotating. Well, let's see what we got here. You're blasting like fuck. That is guilty. Electromagnetic frequency, perturbation of the atmosphere, controlling the weather. They don't list EMF in that weather modification document. Bzzz, frying your storms. Look at this shit. EMF is a very real hazard in our lives. And using it to fuel storms, that's just wrong, man. That's just wrong. No, there's no guy in there with a switch who would know how to perfectly calculate when to do these things. This is all done by computer. Actually known as a D-wave computer. And by golly, there needs to be some accountability for this stuff. Look at this coming toward Adelaide. So you look like you're going to have a few rumblers tonight. Usually we see them beaming from here and here. But you know that... Bzzz, yep, there it is. Is that Selleck's Hill? Yeah, you guys fried. I just seen it. That was the guilt. How about Sydney Airport? You doing anything interesting? No. Not that I can see. So, right, I wanted to get that put up for you. I wanted to go through this act with you a bit to let you know not only is geoengineering real, it's litigated. And there's punishments for not doing it right. Right? Punishments. And this is all the blah blahs. Table of amendments. I'll go through that a little slower for you here. So you can see the guilt. Go look at these things up. You have homework to do. Don't expect me to do it for you. There was amendments in 99, in 98, and in 2013, and in 87, and they'll tell you as you go through there what they used, what laws did they turn around to make this legal for them to do to you, make this legal for them to do to you, and they're doing to you whatever they feel they want to do, which is very wrong. So big love, people. I hope you found this informative. Peace.